Page 353, Chapter 17. If you bestir yourselves and turn to the truth of the laws and recommendations of the inner world of all firmaments, or universal consciousness/creation, and follow its guidelines or instructions, then the cognition or rationality and the true discernment or intellect will give you at all times the right decision in what you shall do and what you shall refrain from. True cognition or rationality and true discernment or intellect direct their view to the truth of the laws and recommendations of the inner world of all firmaments, or universal consciousness/creation, since it is through them alone that the activity or energy of all reality or existence is given. Truly, life presents people of your kind or human beings with new tasks every day, new questions, new difficulties or problems, and secrets that you must master or fathom or research, and which always lead you on new ways, so that you have to reach new decisions every day and face existence or life again in a new form all the time. And yet, the only things that help you to make the right decision and to succeed in choosing the right action are the cognition or rationality and true discernment or intellect, when you connect yourselves with the truthly truth that proves its mightiness in all things and in all decisions. Without use of the truth, cognition or rationality, and true discernment or intellect are just as insignificant or useless as smoke that dissipates in the air, because truly cognition or rationality and true discernment or intellect can only effectuate or create things of reality if they determine the truth according to its rightness, and use it according to the truth or in a right wise, whether this be thoughts and feelings, speaking or words, or actions. If you are heedful, then you will recognize that you admonish yourselves not to lose it from your sight or from your inner world or consciousness. If you are searching, then always search for reality from first to last in the truth, and when you find it, then you will always be given very much more than you were looking for. Therefore, be discerning and only connect yourselves to the truth, so that you leave everything aside that is cheating and delusion, carelessness and prejudice, as well as what is against equitableness or fairness. Note that equitableness or fairness is not the same as being fair or being full of responsibility, because equitableness or fairness is based or founded on the value of insistent rightfulness, or being insistent in the right, and this requires a firm determination or will to do right in all things, to keep the right in all things, and to represent it, as well as to give and allow to each person of your kind or human being what belongs to him or her. People of your kind or human beings must practice equitableness or fairness at all times, both towards friend and foe, because you must be ready at all times to pay an appropriate reward, or to act in fairness, to demand and to give an honest price in negotiations, just as you must also be concerned not to defraud anybody. Truly, the equitableness or fairness of one person of your kind or one human being, as well as of a people, builds up or creates happiness and peace, and also freedom and consonance or harmony, whereas inequity or unfairness tears down all these values. Be at all times fair or responsible, and connected to the equitableness or fairness, and beware of carelessness in the fulfillment of your duty of any kind, Equitableness or fairness also includes that you show due deference to your parents and to people of your kind or fellow human beings in general, and that you give to everyone what is theirs, what is commensurately due to them. However, equitableness or fairness also requires moderation or modesty in all things, because if you act in equitableness or fairness, then you are practicing moderation or modesty to the extent of all the desires and wishes that you have, as well as what you have in enjoyment. You must build up in yourselves equitableness or fairness, and moderation or modesty, as well as love, happiness, joy and peace, freedom, consonance or harmony, knowledge about the truth and wisdom, and whatever else that you may desire. However, you can only win or learn equitableness, or fairness, and moderation or modesty, if you are moderate in all earthly things and in your life, and do not get very badly out of the control of the good human nature, but rather that you move in righteousness or conscientiousness and in fairness or responsibility through all the highs and lows of your existence or life, always learning and being connected to the truthly truth of the laws and recommendations of the inner world of all firmaments or universal consciousness or creation. Truly, mighty activities or energies are in motion or at work in people of your kind or human beings, as are their powers which act in you as assiduousness or striving for the unfolding or evolution, as well as requirements or necessities, and lust inclinations or desires, and as agitators, agitations, or passions. And all these activities or energies and their powers drive you with the might of the appearance, or Gevalt of nature, to maintain your life, irrespective of however it turns out. Therefore, it shall be lived in any wise until the true or natural end of days or end of life, so it is not ended at your own hand, or by hired killers or murderers, before the true or natural time of the end of life. Those, however, who contravene this and kill or murder themselves, or have themselves cast out of the life by hired killers or murderers, are acting in chicken-heartedness or cowardice against the life-praising or affirming laws and recommendations of the inner world of all firmaments, or universal consciousness/creation. And the same applies if killers or murderers commit bloody deeds or murders/manslaughter, in whatever wise this happens, for example, out of hatred, jealousy, pathological craving for revenge, pathological craving for retaliation, or in battles or wars, and through any other outrage or terrorism/act of Gewalt, etc., or through hardness and physical and psychical violations of all kinds. The mighty activities or energies and their powers in people of your kind or human beings drive you to want to be esteemed and honored, and to strive for all kinds of pleasures which make the existence or life worth living for you. And truly this originates from your power of the life, or drive for self-preservation, and also out of the drive for admiration and the drive for pleasure. Truly, the drives, or instincts, can bring about or create much goodness for you people of your kind, or human beings, although if unobserved, or uncontrolled, they act blindly and with excessive power, or go overboard, wreaking calamity and going beyond all moderation or modesty. Therefore, it is important for moderation or modesty to prevail in all drives or instincts, and in any other things, because it is only moderation or modesty that reins in your impetuous powers. If you do not have the right amount of moderation or modesty, then this gives rise to immoderacy, hatred, and jealousy, as well as avariciousness and all other kinds of pathological craving, stinginess, overbearance, and the desire for glory, as well as unpeace, unfreedom or bondage, and dissonance or disharmony, battles or wars, and acts of Gewalt. And you shall not equate moderation or modesty with submissiveness, because moderation or modesty is based in undemandingness, restraint, well-educatedness, and in plainness, in lenience, deference, or honorableness, and patience. Submissiveness, however, demands from people of your kind or human beings abasement and subservience, or willing/without dignity, as well as devotion or belief, and a slavish mentality or self-denial/self-abasement/surrendering of one's self. Therefore you shall guard yourselves against any submissiveness through courageous strength, whether it be towards people of your kind or fellow human beings, or towards gods, who are without exception only hazy pictures or fantasies. And as you abandon submissiveness and turn yourselves to courageous strength, which is the superior power, then you cannot wane in the good and will courageously overcome all obstacles. Truly, all the good and the cognition of the truth can only be achieved through superior power. Therefore, with courageous strength and lots of effort, and through a struggle of learning, or with exertion, and with fortitude. But if you do not bring forth these values, then you will not reach the end point. However, the good and the truth do not tolerate any Gewalt or terror. Therefore, you cannot reach the realm of the good and of the truth through acts of Gewalt, nor either through weakness and chicken-heartedness or cowardice and fear. And if you wane or become discouraged on the way of learning, then you will succumb again and again to the temptation of evil and unfairness or irresponsibility. Courageous strength, the superior power, gives you the fortitude to defend the good and the true courageously, and to remain strong in the face of sorrow and trials. And the crown or highest measure of courageous strength, the superior power, can be achieved by all amongst you who are courageous and strong in the learning of the truth of the laws and recommendations of the inner world of all firmaments or universal consciousness/creation. However, if you are lacking the courageous strength, the superior power, the power and the courage to find the truth, and for the truth itself, then you will be ruled by fear and indolence, as well as by pusillanimousness, or faint-heartedness and despair. Truly, courageous strength, the superior power, makes noble-minded, or steadfast in character, and magnanimous or big-hearted, as well as patient and untiring.